got 8 questions that The Office's new podcast had better answer. Attention, Office fans, grab your world's best boss mugs and Dwight bobbleheads. You're going to want to sit down for this because The Office is coming back!
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening!
In podcast form. Well, not an official podcast. You might say it's a Jenna-official podcast because former Office stars Jenna Fischer, who played receptionist artist turned salesperson, Pam Beasley-Halpert, and Angela Kinsey, who played everyone's favorite cat-loving, karaoke-singing accountant Angela Martin Schrute, are teaming up to host a new podcast aptly called Office Ladies. On the podcast, the pair will break down every episode of The Office, answer fan questions, and reveal behind-the-scenes secrets.
It's gonna be metal! It's going to be mental.
And it's no secret that we here at Nerdist are huge Office fans, so we are obviously super excited for this series, but what do we want to hear from Jenna and Angela? Well, there are still a lot of questions left over from the 9-season run of The Office. And while some of those questions have already been answered, for example, Jenna Fischer recently revealed what Pam said to Michael in Michael's final episode of The Office. That was me talking to Steve. I told him all the ways I was going to miss him when he left our show. Those were real tears and a real goodbye. That was a really emotional scene. Aw, well, that doesn't explain what Pam would have said to Michael in the universe of The Office, meaning that's still an unanswered question left by The Office. Now, we've had a few theories about other Office hypotheticals, like who is the real Scranton Strangler, and why was the documentary being filmed in the first place? These and many other threads left in the air are primed for discussion on the new Office podcast. So, what are some of these other questions that were left behind? Let's break them all down.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Number 1, how dare you?
Starting off with the theory we just mentioned, the Scranton Strangler. Well, we have discovered borderline conclusive evidence that Toby is the murderer.
You are the silent killer. Go back to the annex.
You'll see.
Well, the show itself has never given us a definitive answer. Maybe Jenna and Angela will finally dish on the specifics of this one. And speaking of Toby, our next unanswered Office question, what is the origin of Michael's hatred of Toby?
You are the worst. I hate looking at your face. I want to smash it.
While Toby is the subject of Michael's ire throughout the series, we never really get a backstory on just why Michael hates Toby so much.
I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
Well, in terms of the podcast, it would be exciting to learn of how that relationship got its start and how things went very, very wrong between these two characters. Another character's backstory we never got was Louann. You might remember some additional Office employees in the halls of Dunder Mifflin Scranton from the first 3 seasons who never seemed to speak or get any sort of context or origin. What happened to these people? What happened to Louann? Jenna and Angela, tell us the truth. From questions about the characters to more existential questions like, why was the documentary of The Office being filmed in the first place? Though we did a story about this a while back, our theory was a little bit dark. So we'd love some clarification from people who were actually on the show at the time. Was it because an employee of Dunder Mifflin committed suicide, or was it just a look at typical Office life? Office ladies, we're looking to you for answers.
There is a massive conspiracy going on here, and I know you're involved.
Dwight, get out of my nook.
Well, staying on the topic of documentaries, we all remember Michael showing up in the finale of the series to deliver one last, that's what she said, at Dwight's wedding.
That's what she said.
But why wasn't he present for the panel discussion about the documentary? Well, it's evident that Michael's absence was probably trying to maintain the impact of Steve Carell's surprise at the wedding. There's again no in-universe explanation for this. Considering Michael's love of cinema and his involvement in the documentary, it's weird that he wasn't there for the discussion. On Office Ladies, we're guessing there will be a lot to talk about in terms of Dwight, due to Angela and Dwight's seasons-long relationship. One question we have about Dwight is from all the way back in season 2. In the episode Drug Testing, Dwight mentions that, I like the people that I work with generally, with 4 exceptions. Now, we might be able to guess, we don't know for sure, who are these exceptions? Who does Dwight hate more than anybody else? We're pretty sure Jim is one of them.
But liquor! Our prices have never been lowered!
One character we're not sure if Dwight hates or not is Creed, and there's one lingering concern we have about Creed that we hope Jenna and Angela answer on the podcast. Why did Creed need a 3rd chair?
When Pam gets Michael's old chair, I get Pam's old chair. Then I'll have 2 chairs. Only one to go.
But what did he need these 3 chairs for? Well, Creed Bratton, the actor who plays Creed Bratton, shed some light on this during a Reddit AMA that left us with even more questions. When asked, what did you need 3 chairs for? Creed said, to climb up into my hidden cubicle in the warehouse, where I store all the things I stole from the company. A hidden cubicle? What's in there? What has Creed been stealing all these years? And what exactly was Creed's job this whole time?
If I can't scuba, then what's this all been about? What am I working toward?
Questions like these are why we're really looking forward to the podcast. Finally, something fans have been curious about since The Office went off the air is everyone's status after the show. What are the characters up to? Who still works at Dunder Mifflin? What is Michael doing right now? Which couples are still together? Even if it's just Jenna and Angela hypothesizing, it'll be interesting to get their takes on the whole Scranton gang. While we might not get answers to all of these Office questions, we're excited to hear more about the inside workings of Dunder Mifflin. And it'll be great to get an Office fix in the lead up to its Netflix departure before it heads to the NBC streaming service in a year or so. But what do you folks think? Are you excited for Office ladies? What questions do you hope that they answer about The Office? And which 2 Office characters would you most want to host a podcast? Jim and Pam? Michael and Dwight? Maybe Kelly and Ryan? Kevin and Stanley here 100%, but let's discuss. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, why not give us a like and subscribe? And if you want to get notified every time we go live with a show or drop a new video, feel free to mash that little bell so you can be up to date on all the latest theories, news, and rumors in the pop culture world.